There was a great piece recently in the Financial Review written by Samantha Hutchison and Christopher Joy. Effectively, the article exposes the fact that NAB are not necessarily following APRA guidelines that were handed down last year, APRA being the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority. Now, what they handed down last year was they suggested to the banks that all new borrowings had to be at 7%. It appears NAB are not doing this. They're assessing current loans at current mortgage rates, sometimes as low as 4.29%. Have a look at these comments from a CFO that did not want to be named. We know that some of our competitors are not applying APRA's minimum 7% interest rate servicing assumptions to all borrowers' debt because we are losing customers due to their much more generous borrowing capacity limits. Now, that was a quote given by a chief financial officer from a second-tiered bank directly to the Fin Review. Now, it may be true, may be rotten apples. The fact is nobody's prepared to put their name onto these statements. But I've had a look at this as well. I've been sent an NAB calculator, and to the best of my knowledge, it does appear as though only new borrowings are being assessed at 7.4%. All existing borrowings are being assessed at their current interest rate. Therefore, not necessarily following those APRA guidelines. But have a look at these comments from another broker that wishes to be unnamed. And then there's some credit unions. Their serviceability calculations are based on a very, very low interest rate, and I found I've been able to borrow an extra $100,000 on their loans versus a Westpac or a CBA. Now, I welcome people in the industry to email me and shed a light on this topic. It clearly needs further discussion. But if it is true that some lending institutions out there are not following those guidelines, then APRA needs to do something more as the watchdog. It was only 6 or 7 years ago that the world went through a credit crunch, the GFC. Now, that is something we don't want to revisit with bad lending practices. I'm Iggy Damiani. I'll see you next week.